Hey, it's me, Audrey Lee, and in this video, we're talking Pixar Pier. So in this video, what I would like to do is debunk some myths of some things that I've been hearing going around that aren't necessarily true about Pixar Pier, Pixar Fest, and all the stuff coming to California Adventure. But before we get into the video, I just want to say that if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. I do upload a new video every single weekend, and 90% of the time it is related to Disney and the Disneyland theme park. So the first myth that I want to debunk is that Paradise Pier is gone. False. It's true and it's false. Now the reason that I say that that's not false is because a lot of that area is actually going to be the same. Everything from Ariel's Undersea Adventure, and then you keep going that way, you've got the Jumping Jellyfish and the Golden Zipper and Goofy Sky School and the Corndog Castle, all the way around to Silly Symphonies is staying. And that area is going to be called Paradise Park. So you're kind of getting your paradise little theming in there, and none of those things as of now when I'm making this video because I know things change all the time, but as of right now that's all staying the same. Now the other area that's going to be called Pixar Pier is what we know right now is like from Cove Bar all the way through to the Boardwalk Games. It's going to be called Pixar Pier. Okay, myth number 2, Cove Bar is disappearing. False. Now again, this one is kind of like a true and false because right now the Cove Bar is shut down, but that's only because they are expanding it. Now according to the Disneyland website, it will reopen. Ariel's Grotto is disappearing. If you've heard that Ariel's Grotto is leaving, maybe you even heard that from me. That is true. Ariel's Grotto is done, but the reason why I say it's a yes and no thing with Cove Bar, a lot of people are speculating that Ariel's Grotto is going to become the extension of Cove Bar so that it will be one big place that is Cove Bar. Now, the website, the official Disney website, does not say that. The restaurant will be reopened in April along with Pixar Fest, which we will get to in a second. But it's going to be closed again, probably at the end of summer, so that it can be permanently transformed to its new theming, I guess. Now, does this mean it's going to be called Cove Bar? We don't know. I mean, maybe not. All we know for sure is it's going to be in the same location. I'm going to make a speculation right now that some of the food choices and options will be brought back. People love their cotton candy lemonade and their lobster nachos. Okay, so myth number 2, and this is one that I believed as well. The Boardwalk Games are gonna be gone. False. The Boardwalk Games will still be there. I thought that they were gonna just get rid of them altogether because I don't think they're like a big experience for a lot of people. So there still will be Boardwalk Games, but they will be rethemed to have Pixar characters. Right now there's one that is themed around Bullseye from Toy Story. That will remain, and then the other 2 or 3, the other few games will be rethemed. Myth number 4 is that Mickey's Fun Wheel will lose Mickey's face. False. The gondolas on Mickey's Fun Wheel are being repainted so that each gondola has Pixar characters and Pixar theming on it. It's just going to be Pixar characters on the gondolas. But Mickey's face is still going to remain on the front of the wheel. If you want my personal opinion, and I'm assuming that you don't mind it because you're on my channel, I think that it would make more sense to have the Pixar ball in the center. It would go with the theming, but I will say this. Disneyland was the most photographed place on Instagram, the most like tagged place on Instagram in 2017. So people know that spot. It's iconic to have Mickey's face there. You know, Mickey's face screams, I'm at Disneyland. The Pixar ball, maybe not so much, but the Pixar ball would go with the theming. Now, I'd like to debunk one more myth before we get into exactly what the facts are and what is coming with Pixar Pier. Myth number 5 is that the Pixar Play Parade is coming back to DCA. False. So I know there's a lot of questioning with this decision that Disney made to do this. I can't tell you why they decided. I'm not in on the decision making for Disneyland, but what I do know is the Pixar Play Parade is actually moving over to Disneyland for the first time ever, and California Adventure is going to be getting the Paint the Night Parade. Now I know what you're thinking, why would they make all of this stuff about Pixar? The Pixar Fest is coming this summer, and then they take the Pixar Parade to the other park. Yeah, I think it's weird too. There's Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, and there's the Finding Nemo submarine voyage. So, I mean, it's not like there's no Pixar at Disneyland. Paint the Night was originally at DCA, and so it's not like super weird that it's going to be there. So there's that. So now I just want to talk to you guys about some of the awesome things that we have to look forward to with Pixar Pier and Pixar Fest. Just so you know, if you haven't heard of Pixar Fest is just going to basically be a special event that's happening over the summer of 2018. In fact, it is starting April 13th. I think that's kind of early, like it's not exactly summer, but they kind of did the same thing last year with the Summer of Heroes. It started in early May. So I think they just wanted to have it go as long as possible. That way more people can enjoy what they have to offer. In fact, with Pixar Fest, we of course are going to be getting new merchandise and some new fun Pixar inspired food items, which I'm so excited to try and tell you guys what I think. Pixar Fest, however, is temporary, just like Summer of Heroes was last year. They did not give an end date, but Summer of Heroes ended sometime in September last year. I'm assuming it's going to be around the same time, like when people are going back to school. One thing I wanted to point out is, unlike Florida, Disney World, we do not have hardly any inside out theming. In fact, that is definitely something that's coming to Pixar Fest and Pixar Pier, but there's also going to be a whole inside out neighborhood. So let me tell you about the neighborhoods. According to the website, there's going to be 4 new neighborhoods on Pixar Pier, and basically it's just little areas that are separated. The first one is going to be dedicated to The Incredibles, which is hands down the best Pixar movie. If you don't believe me, well, you're wrong. So this is going to start with the Incredicoaster. So let's talk about the Incredicoaster. So that is what is now California Screaming. I'm sure you've heard it's going to be turned into the Incredicoaster. And it's essentially going to be the same ride as far as the ups and downs. I thought that, and maybe this is another myth, I thought that it was going to be the exact same ride with new theming. But that's not exactly true. The ride is going to be structured the same. You're going to be adding some tubing, so not over like all of the tracks, but a couple of sections of the track will be enclosed in a tube, and they're going to have Mrs. Incredible stretching, Elastigirl, stretching through the tubes. The theming of the ride is that she's trying to catch Jack Jack. Another really cool part of the ride is going to be the queue line. So the building and the queue is going to take you through a story in which the incredible parents let Edna Mode babysit Jack Jack, which goes horribly awry. I'm assuming that most of the story will be through the queue, and then when you get on the ride, it'll be Mrs. Incredible, or Elastigirl as I like to call her, trying to catch Jack Jack. So that's going to be fun. Oh, one more thing about that is the building around the ride is going to be mid-century themed architecture, so like 1950s, 1960s architecture, which is the time frame that The Incredibles is set in as well. So that's going to be kind of cool and different. I love that part of the movie, the fact that it's kind of like a early 60s, late 50s kind of feel to it. The second neighborhood is going to be dedicated to Toy Story. It's already where the Toy Story Mid-Mania is, so I don't know how much more they're going to change, but it's going to be Toy Story. So the third neighborhood is going to be Inside Out themed, and it's going to be on that first little part of the boardwalk just past Toy Story Mania. Now, as of right now, that is completely inaccessible. You cannot go in that area. They've built walls right after Midway Mania. So from that point all the way up to Silly Symphonies right now, you can't get in there. So that's going to be completely rethemed. But that area is going to be dedicated to Inside Out. They are saying that there's going to be a new family-friendly attraction that's going to be added at a later date. So I'm assuming maybe not for this summer, because it just said a later date. And then the fourth and final neighborhood, I think it's just going to be like a general Pixar-themed neighborhood. That's where you have Mickey's Fun Wheel, which is going to be dedicated kind of all to Pixar. And as I said earlier, the Boardwalk Games are going to be rethemed. Just a couple more things about Pixar Fest I wanted to mention is that there is an overall theme. It's called Celebrating Friendship and Beyond. So basically what they're doing is they're talking about the friendships and the bonds that are formed in Pixar movies like Buzz and Woody or Mr. Fredricksen and Russell, Mike and Sully. With that, we are getting a brand new fireworks show. Fact, it's not going to be at California Adventure. It is also going to be at Disneyland, over the castle, on the sides of the Main Street buildings, just like the fireworks that we have currently, but it will be Pixar themed and friendship themed. Instead of Tinkerbell flying over the castle, we're going to get Buzz Lightyear flying over the castle, which I think is, how cute is that? Brand new fireworks have a name. I want to make sure I get it right, so I'm going to read it. Together Forever, a Pixar nighttime spectacular. With Paint the Night and with the Pixar Play Parade, we're going to be getting some new floats, some new theming. Here's some of it right here that you can see. They're adding the Pixar lamp. There's going to be an inside out float and an up float. So that's pretty much it, guys. Those are the myths and the facts surrounding everything Pixar Pier and Pixar Fest. If I forgot to talk about anything, let me know in the comment section below. Sound off there and I can talk to you about it there. Also in the comment section, I would love to hear your thoughts on everything Pixar Pier. I know that there are mixed emotions about it, just like there was with Tower of Terror and all that. If you've been on my channel any length of time, you know that I love change. I wasn't that sad about losing Tower of Terror. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. So for me, Pixar Pier is going to be probably my new favorite place because I love all things Pixar. And if you're just excited as I am about it, let me know about that too. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. If you want to see more of my videos, then you can click here and here. And if you want to help support my channel, then you can click right over here on my Patreon link, and you can click down here on my face to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye!